Welcome to the Crypto Boss YouTube channel. I do think now is the time to start accumulating altcoins for this next bull run because I think a lot of altcoins have hit their lows. In fact, some altcoins like Casper are making new all-time highs. So I do think now is the time to start accumulating. There's some altcoins I would hold off on, but I think it's time to start at least DCing into some altcoins. One of those altcoins that I think is the low is already is in DigiByte. DigiByte right now is sitting at 739. 0.00739. It's trying to break this resistance right here at 718, and really the next resistance I see is this gap up here, all the way up here at 773. So that is kind of the next area of resistance for DigiByte, and it's really where I see this going in the next few days. Now the 3-day chart is overbought. That doesn't mean you can't keep going up. The daily chart is trying to reset, but it's having a hard time. Now I just saw this for the first time. I haven't looked at this before I started making this video, but I do see DigiByte right now in a rising wedge potentially. Now in a bull run, usually those break to the upside parabolically, but they do usually break down overall 68% of the time. So just be cautious about that. This could be a rising wedge. That's just what I'm seeing. And now if they do break up, they go up very fast usually. So if I do the measure move of this rising wedge, you take it from the top of the wick to the last low. And if you're using the higher time frames, I would do from where it bottomed. And it's not going to happen immediately, but longer term, that could break all the way up to 886. That's just an idea I'm showing right now. If you want to be more conservative, and then you could do it from the last high to the last low at support, and that might be more conservative. Again, if you're doing it on the daily time frame, it's going to not happen immediately, but on the daily chart, it's in a rising wedge. Measure move is still basically 86. So that's what I'm looking at right now for DigiByte. A potential move up there. Now if we look at the smaller time frames, the forward chart is getting overbought as well. So I would again be cautious. I can kind of critique it the smaller time frames I go to, but that is definitely a rising wedge. Now that I look at the 4-hour time frame, I would basically say that's definitely a rising wedge, which is fine. It's okay. The 1-hour chart right now is it's not oversold yet, but it is going to make a higher low, it looks like. If it gets oversold again, you're above the 200-day moving average. I like what I'm seeing on the 1-hour chart. The 15-minute chart is making a higher low as well. I like what I'm seeing right now. It looks like you filled that gap down there at 73 on the 15-minute chart, so I like what I'm seeing. The 4-hour chart's above the 200-day moving average. It looks really good. Is the daily chart above the 200-day moving average? It's trying to get above the 200-day moving average right now. So if it breaks out parabolically, it will get above it. You have resistance at 7 and 8, and then you obviously the measured move is 8.6. I will put a target up there, but DigiByte looks like it's ready to rock and roll. We'll see what happens. If you guys enjoyed this update, appreciate if you hit the like, subscribe, share this video with your friends, and I'll see you guys in the next update. By the way, I will be live here in 10 minutes.